This catch-up programme is designed to address the gaps in learning that primary school pupils may have due to the COVID-19 lockdown and is based on the methodology behind our award-winning Pathways to Write programme. This programme has been designed for schools to use during the first 3 weeks of the autumn term with pupils in Year 1 to Year 6. It will begin to address pupils' gaps in learning that have arisen and give guidance for teachers on which skills to address going forwards through the year. For schools who already use our Pathways to Write programme, the units follow the same structure and should be taught prior to your Autumn 1 units. There is a focus within the units on recapping of basic skills from previous year groups and the opportunity to apply these skills across the unit. We call these the Gateway Keys. The Gateway Keys have been selected from prior learning and are the basic skills focus for the unit. These should be prioritised as non-negotiable skills for pupils as they have been mastered previously. The example here shows on the overview that the Gateway Keys in this unit for pupils in Year 5 come mainly from the Year 3 and Year 4 curriculum. It is important that these skills are consolidated and mastered by pupils before they move on to new learning. The units are planned for 15 sessions and so will take around 3 to 4 weeks to complete, depending on the ability of the cohort. Each session has an opportunity for pupils to write in order to rebuild their stamina and build towards a final or extended piece of writing. All tasks are linked to the driver text for the unit and allow pupils to apply their skills to meaningful pieces of writing rather than isolated practice of grammar skills. Each session is fully planned with models for teachers to use and examples of what pupils' planning might look like. In this first example from the Year 5 unit, pupils are asked to plan and write a first-person account of Jackie Robinson's first baseball game, having watched some video clips earlier in the session. This next example shows planning pupils will complete for an About Us page for the charity Kick It Out, which they will write in the subsequent session. The final example shows the outline of a plan that pupils will fill in before writing a persuasive letter to the Montgomery Bus Company during the 1955 bus boycott in America, asking them to end segregation on public transport. You can see how these meaningful tasks will allow pupils to rebuild their stamina for writing and practice key skills. You can see here the final outcome for the unit is an informative magazine article to raise awareness about discrimination and celebrate some Black heroes. The shorter pieces of writing from the unit are going to build towards this extended piece of writing, giving pupils inspiration for their final piece, as well as building the skills they will need to execute this writing effectively. The mastery skills, or mastery keys as we call them, are split into sentence, text, and punctuation skills, emboldened on the overview. These skills are the main focus of teaching and learning in the units. The mastery approach means that the unit of work will only focus on a small number of skills to ensure pupils build confidence in using them and have repeated opportunities to practice them. There are 4 mastery skills for each year group from Year 2 to Year 6 and only 2 for Year 1, which have been selected as key skills from the previous year group's learning that may have been missed or not mastered by pupils. For Pathways to Write schools, the mastery keys were chosen from the Spring 2, Summer 1 and Summer 2 units of work on your overviews. Each unit of work includes a model text for pupils to unpick prior to writing their own. It includes all of the mastery skills pupils have been taught and the appropriate features of the text genre. Here is an example of the model text for Year 5 pupils called Female Heroes, which they will use as a model for their own Black Heroes text. This is an example of what the planning will look like. Clear instructions for teachers, along with examples of modelled writing and planning frames. Any resources required by the pupils are also included, along with a sample planning format for their final piece of writing. The idea is that the planning is detailed enough to reduce teacher workload, but we always recommend that teachers adapt planning when needed to suit pupils' specific needs. The theme of the units is Keep Believing. The units deal sensitively with issues of race and celebrate the achievements of inspirational Black people. They allow for schools to use them either as standalone English units or as part of a wider whole school focus on diversity linking to the wider curriculum. We have chosen these beautiful texts to inspire pupils and get them excited and engaged with the theme and their own writing. In total, the programme is made up of 6 units of work. The units for Year 1 and 2 use the same core text, Look Up by Nathan Bryan. The Year 1 unit also incorporates the book Wilma Unlimited by Kathleen Krull, leading pupils to write their own version of the story about Rocket, the little girl from Look Up. In Year 2, the edition of the book May Among the Stars by Rhoda Ahmed allows pupils to write their own extended diary entry of a trip into space inspired by the story of Mae Jemison, a hero of the young girl in Look Up. For Years 3 and 4, we have used Helene Becker's fabulous book Counting on Catherine, the true story of Katherine Johnson, one of the amazing women who helped America win the space race and put a man on the moon. In both year groups, pupils will write a fact file about Katherine Johnson, including a short biography, but focusing on skills particular to their year group. As the model text, we have written our own about Usain Bolt for pupils to enjoy. Year 5 and Year 6 use 2 texts, Of Thee I Sing by Barack Obama and Young, Gifted and Black by Jemiah Wilson. Through these texts, pupils will explore a range of extraordinary people who will inspire their own writing about Black heroes. The final section of the overview shows additional teaching foci for teachers to integrate into future learning. These are objectives from the previous year group that may require consolidation or additional teaching throughout the year, depending on how well you think they were mastered by pupils during the academic year 2019-20. For Pathways to Write schools, we suggest you look at how you can integrate these skills into your existing units for the year. I hope you've been inspired to purchase our catch-up programme, which is available to buy now on our website or by emailing us directly. If you require any additional information about the Literacy Company or our Pathways Literacy products, please contact us through our website, theliteracycompany.co.uk.